have a strong reaction, especially when it's sort of uncharacteristic of what you're feeling. Usually it means something touched a hot spot that really matters to you. A situation activated within you awareness of an absence of something you really care about, something you've been thinking about for a long time. You've got a lot of momentum going about it. You care a lot. If somebody you don't know calls you on the telephone and said, hello, you don't know me, I'm just calling you to tell you I will never call you again, you say, thanks for letting me know. But you don't lose your shit. You don't lose your mind. It doesn't matter. But when something that really matters to you feels threatened, then isn't it logical that you would have a strong reaction to it? What if, because of your desire about this thing, what if the universe delivered to you a sequence of events, of things that you didn't see coming, to make you aware that there's a vibration going on that is hindering it? Don't you want to know about that? If you feel that strongly about it, it means two things. It means, first, this is a really important thing to me, and next, my habit of thinking about it is not where I've been pretending it is. I've been worrying about this more than I've been thrilling about it. I've been pushing against the opposition of it more than I've been in favor of the benefits of it. I was deceiving myself and didn't know it. I'm so glad that this happened, that shined a light on what I've really got going on, because it's attraction. It's only attraction. When you're accustomed to being there and then you get focused on something where you're not there, you really feel the difference in the way your vibration is. But you see, that's what conditional living of life is. And this is something that you're working on and want to understand, because this is a really important conversation to have with everybody. You're really going to hear this. So we encourage you to tune in and calibrate and then receive the benefit of that. So the better it gets, the better it gets. You find the thought, you deliberately reach for a good feeling thought. That good feeling thought produces good feeling more thoughts, and then eventually a good feeling manifestation, which you then observe. And if you observe it, you're thinking about it, so you're attracting more of it, which you then observe, and then you get more of it, which you then observe. So that's all really lovely, except that you can get so without even knowing you're doing it. You become an observer for your emotions rather than a deliberate calibrator for your emotions. So as long as you can keep everything coming along, observing it and feel good, and observing it and feel good, and observing it and feel good, but often real expansion causes you to reach deeper than where you've been observing. And if you're accustomed to observing, the first time you notice that what you want to observe isn't there, you lose your mind over it. That's why, while we want you to sift through life and find good feeling things to focus upon, it's why we encourage you to make lists of positive aspects. We don't want to teach you to be conditional in life, because when you are using conditions as your reasons for the way you feel, when you become accustomed to calibrating to a situation or to an environment or to a person, then it has to keep going good to keep you rolling along. And that's not the way it is supposed to work, because you want to reach for things not yet known. And so when you get accustomed to calibrating just for the sake of feeling better, when you meditate because you want to feel better, when you reach for a thought for how it feels, then you show yourself that you can remain stable and good feeling no matter what's going on around. And this is an important thing, because hear this, your vortex is full of the vibrational essence of everything that you want to manifest. But those vibrations are not yet seeable or hearable or smellable or tastable or touchable. They are feelable, but you can't observe them yet. So as you're willing to feel them, you are tuning to what they are and putting yourself in a position of being better in your timing and better in your awareness of what you're observing. So you get to experience these thoughts turning to things. In other words, rendezvous begin happening, thoughts rendezvous in your own mind, other people say things that you were just thinking about, doors open that were never opened before. Things just begin to happen because you're in your pure essence. You're not carrying the resistance of the struggle. Then as the manifestations begin to happen, they feel really, really good. But what we want you to get hooked on is the feeling of them becoming, not the thrill of them bursting out into see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, because then you're right back where you were before. You need to see it to believe it. And we want you to feel it and believe it, and then you'll see it. There was a woman who came to Los Angeles seminars, and she came to every seminar in the area for a few years, 2 or 3 years, and often sat in the hot seat. Her desire was so powerful, and what she really, really wanted was to become pregnant. And it kept not happening, and it kept not happening. She was frustrated and wanted to happen and wanted it to happen. And so we talked her off the ledge and helped her to calibrate. We weren't using that word in those days, but talked about the positive aspects. And she got better and better at not being all upset that it wasn't happening yet. And then finally, one day, she came to the hot seat and announced, and many of the people in the group knew her because she'd been coming for a while, and because she'd been making her statement publicly for a while, she was pregnant. Oh, she was so excited. And yet, she didn't have a baby. Not really. All she wanted to do was to go trick-or-treating. She couldn't wait for this baby to be born so she could dress it and play with and do all the things that you do. What we're talking about is the gestation period. In other words, now she's joyful because the baby is in process. Now she doesn't doubt it, because there is evidence of its existence. And what we want you all to feel is that we want you to get so tuned, calibrated to your vortex, that you don't doubt, that you understand that your desires are gestating, and they are real, and they are coming, and they are in the process of turning into things, you see. So the absence of them doesn't get you down. If you've calibrated to the outcome, then those things become less and less important. And as they show up, sometimes, in fact often, it causes you to focus in a way where some clarity comes from you that was missed by you before. In other words, if you can lay over the top of situations like that, the knowing that things are always working out for me. Not things are not working out, things are working out. So what about this is now working better than it was before this happened? There is always something.